free airtime with One Africa TV. Share your comments on the channel. SMS your feedback, name and town to 555. One Africa TV. It just gets better.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to MyZone Online School. My name is Mrs. Pinar. We have Pomwene with us today. Welcome. We need to sanitize. Remember, learners, we sanitize. We also need to keep our social distance, and please remember your masks. So, although schools are closed, please, it is important that you learn by watching these online videos. Also, you can read as well as doing some schoolwork from these booklets that we are presenting to you. Today's lesson is Mathematics, Grade 7, Lesson 4, the topic is Order of Operations. Let's continue by looking at page 13. Order of operations. What do we mean when we talk about order? It has to do with the fact that things are done in a certain way. For example, when you get up in the morning, there is a specific way you do things. You do not just put your clothes on first, then take a bath or a shower, or you don't put your socks over your shoes, or you don't do high school before primary school. So, like there is order in the way we do things in life, there is also order in the way we do calculations. Now, the order of calculations or the order of operations is called BODMAS. BODMAS is abbreviated for the following. The B in BODMAS is for brackets. The O is for order or of. Then D and M is for division and multiplication. We're working from left to right. Lastly, in the operation, we will do addition and subtraction, also working from left to right. So the order of operation is called BODMAS. So when do we use BODMAS? We can turn to page 14. So when a sum has two or more different operation signs, that is when we use BODMAS. Our first example there, 9 times 3 minus brackets 4 plus 8, close your brackets, divided by 2. So what is the first operation that we'll do? So according to BODMAS, we first find whether in the operation or in the sum there are brackets. So the first operation we will do will be the operation in brackets. What do we have in brackets? 4 plus 8. So 4 plus 8 equals 12. So the next step, we rewrite all the operations until we get to the brackets. So the next step will be 9 times 3 minus, and the answer to the operation brackets is 12 divided by 2. What will we do next? According to BODMAS, brackets of, there is no of in that operation, so we continue, and so it will be division or multiplication. We do it from left to right. The order stays from left to right. So in this sum, the first operation that we will find there is multiplication. So what is the answer to 9 times 3? 27. So we write down, we go to our next step. So 27 minus 12 divided by 2. We continue. Still according to BODMAS, so the next operation will then be division. So I rewrite everything that I have there. 27 minus, and the answer to 12 divided by 2 is 6. And my last step is when I finalize my equation or my operation. So 27 minus 6 is equal to 21. Remember, keep the order of the numbers in the equation the same. You don't change the number until you have done the equation. Number sentences are always calculated from left to right, just the same way that we read a book. On page 14, you will find a few examples. Now, I have written 2 of the examples I have written on the board. So we will go through these 2 examples. And you have to go with me. Try and get the answer before I write the answer. So you can find that as quick as possible. In my example, we have 240 plus 32 times 2. According to BODMAS, remember, B for brackets, O for of, D and M in order from left to right, division and multiplication as well as addition and subtraction works from left to right. In this sum, I have addition and multiplication. So what will we do first? According to BODMAS, multiplication will be done first. You are correct. So let's bring down what we have there, plus I find the answer to my multiplication sum, and that is 64. Right, I only have one operation left, so I will do that operation. So 240 plus 64 will give me 304. I hope you found the answer before me. Thank you. All right, let's do our second example. Do you know what we are going to do first? Of course, brackets. In this sum, we have brackets, so we will do our brackets first. 117 plus 24 times 2 squared, né? 2 squared, which is order. So 117 plus 24 gives me 141 times 2 squared. Yes. So what will I do now? I will do my exponent or order next. So I have 141 times 2 squared. Yes, 4. So 141 times 4 gives me 564. We will go to the activities on page 15. I will do the first activity with you. See if you can follow and see if you can find the answer before the teacher does. In our sum, 35 minus 3 times 2 plus 8. Which operation do you think? Or not even think, know now. Which operation will we do first? According to BODMAS, again, brackets of or order or exponent, division, multiplication from left to right. This means the one that we find in the sum first. So if we first have division, we do that first. If we first have multiplication, we do that one first. The same goes for addition and subtraction. It does not matter which one you get first in the sum. They go hand in hand. They are friends. They go together. They work together. Whichever one we find first. So in this sum, according to BODMAS, our first operation will be multiplication. So, step by step, I rewrite everything. I find the answer of 3 times 2, which is 6, plus 8. I just continue. So, what do you think? Which of these operations will you do first? Subtraction or addition? Remember, addition and subtraction are friends. They go together, but we work from left to right, meaning the one that we find first in our sum. In this case, we have subtraction first. So 35 minus 6 is equal to 29 plus 8. So we do our addition. The only one that's left, 29 plus 8 is equal to 37. You have the answer? Right? So you will find, on page 15, you will find 5 more activities. Then there's also extension work. So if you really want to challenge yourself, do all those activities and do the extension work as well. I thank you. So, as we have come to the end of today's lesson, please keep in mind that we always have to sanitize, right? You sanitize, make sure that your hands are clean. Also, we have to remember to keep our social distance. We also need to remember to wear our masks. And although schools are closed, remember it is important that you keep watching your online videos. And also, you have to read and keep on doing your schoolwork. Bye. See you next time.
Hi everyone, I'm Josie and I'm back. Even though the schools are closed, I thought about we can still do online classes, learning and reading. You can also do your schoolwork. Until next time, bye!
My name is Adora and welcome to a brand new edition of the cool new show called The Entlagavan. On this show we get to know who our artists really are behind the scenes and what inspires them, what keeps them going, what makes them tick. What are some of your favorite sounds?
Trap music, hip-hop,
Okay.
hip-hop, Afro dancehall.
We came from a background whereby we were raised by our grannies, so it's not the shameful thing for me to do because we used to sell as a Glenmune Haferkoka. We would work from Fambolokasi to Okuriangala.
Wala Namibia, this is your boy Tulisan. Don't forget to watch the Ain't Like a Vibe TV show on One Africa Television.
I'm feeling so bad because of I have been arrested. We are trying to sell to provide our kids with food, but the police they come to arrest us.
I was literally apprehended in Independence Avenue. I mean, there was no prior communications with the police or with Bonn or Benga Namibia. These guys literally just apprehended us on surprise.
And when you are talking in a manner that is exaggerated about brutality in this country, I should ask you in which country you live.
Yes, I can confirm that indeed there were 2 cell phones that were found after a search was conducted at the cells that the Fish Road accused us staying.
Do you understand the amount of money that the government has spent on the fight against COVID-19? Could they have spent 300 million on tracing people and managing people? Is that even possible?
India's Ranthambore Reserve in Rajasthan is home to the rare Bengal tigers. Every year, John Isaac, an Indian-born photographer, travels from New York City to document the lives of these majestic animals.
In the last 10 years, I think my interest has grown tenfold, and I'm very particular about the survival of the tigers.
His goal is to make sure that people everywhere know about the grave danger Bengal tigers face: extinction. John holds seminars and photographic exhibitions from his visits to Ranthambore to raise awareness of the plight of these tigers. He's currently working on a book to document their dilemma due to an increasing human population encroaching on their territory. According to John and wildlife experts, each tiger needs as much as 9 square kilometers to survive, just under 4 square miles. The relationship between tigers and people has always been difficult, but now, with much less territory to roam, tigers often wander into human settlements.
The conflict between the villagers and the tigers has always been there, and then government tries to compensate. If a tiger kills a goat or a cow, they pay a certain amount to the villagers.
In the past, tigers used migration corridors or routes followed by wildlife for travel between summer and winter habitats. Now these pathways have been taken over by people who use them as living quarters and to reap firewood.
We are trying to work with the communities living around and trying to reduce their forest dependency so that we can conserve this corridor patch for the smooth and easy movement of tigers.
Jamuna Devi, a farmer, lives near one of the migratory corridors. She used to depend on the forest for grazing pastures. Now, thanks to a World Wildlife Fund initiative, Jamuna no longer needs to rely on the forest for her family's survival. The secret? Introducing new alternative crops closer to her home.
साल बोया हमने खुद ने और ये तो अभी यही साल बोया है ये आया होया कांदा है हम 25 रोज को तो तारीख को तो बोया ही है और रोज में अंतर तो आगा भूलने लगा.
The success of this project has led to even more changes. Jamuna decided to plant fodder for her cattle on her excess land to further preserve the habitat of the tigers. She has also switched to cooking gas so that she doesn't have to collect forest wood for fuel.
जंगल में सब दुनिया में जाबे छोड़ दिया तो सब बे होगी कोई काम नहीं करे लकड़ी को भी नहीं करे जंगल में जाने से भी परेशान है दुनिया फिर गैस भेज दिया सबन के घर घर में वे सभी सिलेंडर पकड़ते और रुपया को कोई समझते ही नहीं है अब भीतर भरा लावा.
Climate change also has a direct impact on the habitat of tigers.
The last 2 or 3 years, they say, there's been a drought. The rains have not been regular.
Climate change is a serious problem in this country, even it's in the continent. So keeping these forest areas alive and protected is the only solution. This year we have raised a nursery of 10,000 saplings. Forest department have shown their interest. They bought around 2,000-3,000 saplings.
The idea is to plant new trees to replace those lost to severe weather conditions and human activity. Poaching used to be a major threat to Bengal tigers, but thankfully the number of big cats killed by poachers has plummeted due to measures implemented by law enforcement agencies, resulting in less demand for tiger products. Especially the introduction of camera traps and digital apps, which automatically take photos of moving tigers and suspicious persons moving around in the forest.
Every time I hear something like that, I feel so good, in some ways, some things are working, and so this is what drives me to come and do this. In my lifetime, if the tigers are extinct, I don't know how I'll handle that.
This report was produced by Mary Ferreira for the United Nations.
Win free airtime with hashtag #LearnOn1. Share your comments on the lessons. WhatsApp your feedback, name and town to 081 200 6659. Hashtag #LearnOn1. Invite learning in.
Akili, 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 akili. Will you wash your hands with me? I want to wash my hands with you. Come on, I will show you what to do. Wash your hands in clean water. Wash your hands, wet them with the water. Wash your hands, now add some soap. Scrub your hands in the soap and water. Scrub above and below between the fingers too. Scrub under your nails and scrub-a-dub-a-doo. Rinse your hands in water. Rinse them clean, rinse away the soap. Dry your hands and go.
Akili, why do we wash our hands?
To wash away the germs.
Akili, what are germs?
They're like tiny little bugs on your hands and they can make you sick.
But I don't see any germs on my hand.
That's because they're so tiny that you can't even see them.
Oh wow! I want to wash the germs away. Will you wash your hands with me, Akili?
Of course! Wash your hands in clean water. Wash your hands, wet them with the water. Wash your hands, now add some soap. Scrub your hands in the soap and water. Scrub above and below between the fingers too. Scrub under your nails and scrub-a-dub-a-doo. Rinse your hands in water. Rinse them clean, rinse away the soap. Dry your hands and go. Great job, Haruma! Can you tell me the 4 things we did to wash our hands?
I can try.
1.
Wash our hands with water.
2.
Put soap on our hands.
3.
Scrub our hands all over.
4.
Rinse our hands clean with water.
Wash your hands, wash the germs away.
At this point, I would like to indicate that we are only going to take the religions that believe in God, or any God for this matter, into account, as theology means the study of God and of God's relation to the world.
Okay, I would like to move on to my first point. Like my first speaker said, preaching is like a